everybody, welcome to WakeUpToLife.tv with Kelsey
and Karen. We are here to bring you information on a weekly basis that really uplifts and transforms your life. So whatever Kelsey and I are going through in our life and whatever we discover, we want to be sharing it with you. And today this show is about sharing information about animals, our pets, and how we can make a real difference in our life. I've discovered a movie. It was it's a feature-length documentary, and it's called Earthling. And I had no idea this movie was created in 2005. But it was just brought to me through a friend of mine, and I watched it. And as soon as at the end of the movie, I said, okay, I am definitely going to be telling everyone about this movie, this documentary, because people need to watch it. And I gave it to Kelsey, and sure enough, she's watched it now, and now she is out there telling the world about this documentary, Earthling. Very, very powerful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when we first spoke about it, what got me to watch it, because I was very much, if it's like about animals, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to see it. I know it goes on. I don't want to know about it. I don't want to subject my mind to that. And one of the powerful things you said was your level of watching it is the level of truth that you're allowed to embrace in your life. And that got me because, yeah, I had a stance of ignorance in the sense that I already know it. I already seen it. Yeah, I can't make a difference. And, but yeah, that was a big thing. And I'm like, yeah. And it wasn't just about what I expected it to be, which I thought was, the slaughterhouses, and it was really a place of, we live in a world where we as human beings are cohabitating with other beings in this world, from lions and tigers and bears, oh my, and insects and wildlife and mammals and the mistreatment that we as human beings are placing on them, because for my point of view, is we're trying to control everything. Yeah. And if a bear comes into a small town, the bear shouldn't be there, so we got to kill it. Like, just the injustice in that sense. I needed to know it. I needed to see it, and I needed to really experience the truth, the reality of the devastation, really.
Oh, yes. And this documentary, it focuses on the absolute, it's the absolute effort that we put into our whole life in regards to animals and nature and human beings, and how we need to work together and understand nature, understand animals. And this documentary is all about our need and how animals, we use them for profit, for pets, for an entertainment industry, for food and for clothing, and how really we need animals in our life. But it's absurd. This whole movie is difficult to watch at times, definitely. But I highly recommend that you take the time to watch this movie. As Kelsey mentioned, if you are on the path of truth, you do need to watch this documentary and wake yourself up to what is really going on out there, and how we are really treating animals, and how we can make a difference and do something different. And yeah, it's
the principle of knowledge is power. Like, I was in a place where I know it happens, but was I living my life in a knowing that it happened? No, I was living my life in a sense of ignorance that I knew it was happening, but I had no consciousness when I was buying products, and even in my consumption of meat, for example, I wasn't conscious of the meat, the sacrifice of this meat. And I know it sounds maybe a little bit out there, but it's the matter of, like, where did this piece of chicken come from? It had a path that led here. And, if I had to live on a farm and I had to kill my own chickens, I'd have a choice. I'd either have to not kill it because I wouldn't want to, or I would kill it, but with a sense of dignity, with a sense of honor, that, wow, like, this life has been lost because it is fueling me. Like, fueling me another day, another week, another month. Like, that's powerful. Like, that's powerful to see the full circle, the full cycle of life giving to life.
Oh, definitely.
I wasn't aware of that. Like, it's like, I know it, but knowing doesn't make a difference. It's it's how is that impacting my life on a moment-to-moment basis?
Right.
Is the difference.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the writer and director, Sean Monson, he started out by taking a hidden camera into veterinary clinics, to slaughterhouses, to all the way around the world. And he started receiving all of these, excerpts of information from all around the world about how we are mistreating animals and how we need to wake up and change our attitudes toward nature and toward animals. And the title of the movie, Earthling, when you look at it in Webster's dictionary, it actually means every living being on Earth. It's not just, we are not the only Earthlings. Animals are Earthlings as well. And we need to come together in that realization. And also, Joaquin Phoenix is the narrator of this documentary, and the music soundtrack is Moby, and Moby actually created music for this documentary, which is very, very powerful. And so this documentary has won awards as a best documentary. And yeah, I'm just so excited that more and more people are choosing to see the truth of what's going on and to make a difference. And this documentary, for me, I had 2 clients with me at the time, and friends as well, and they did not want to watch this whole. We were halfway through, and they said, turn it off, and I said, no. I said, you 2 people are all about truth, and I said, you need to face this truth of what's going on. And so they watched it, but it was very, very challenging for them. One of them just really cried, sobbed afterwards. He had no idea that animals were being treated this way. It was devastating for him. It's devastating for all of us who watch it. But we need to see this so that we can uplift and connect to our hearts and live in our hearts with animals as well and make those changes that are necessary.
Yeah, and I myself pretty much bawled through the whole movie. There were scenes in there that, I still have flashes of, and I've seen it, 3-4 weeks ago. And yeah, every once in a while I'll just get this flash of an image. So obviously the impact is so deep-rooted that it's still coming to the surface, which is great because I am just as powerful towards this movie as I was the day I saw it. And throughout the movie, I was so sad and I was so angry, and there were times where I was mad at myself because it's how unconscious have I been in this area? And I'm not making myself wrong about it, but I get the impact that's had. It's allowed this to happen.
Definitely.
And, I'm one person and, we can make a difference, that whole thing, but it's about making a choice in your life and how your choices have impact.
Yes.
You don't have to be a vegetarian if you don't want to, but can we research go to your local butcher, go to your local farmers for dairy, find out their practices, and be in line with those that are organic and those kinds of things. That's where I'm coming from. Is right away I said I'm not eating meat, and it wasn't because I want to be someone that doesn't eat meat, doesn't wear leather. It's I want to know where my food's coming from, and until I don't know, I'm not gonna go out to Safeway and pick it up if I don't know where the meat's coming from. So it was a choice for me to say, okay, obviously I can live quite well on fruits and vegetables and carbohydrates for a while, and it was about educating. And there's great farmers markets in town that are local, and they produce organic fruits and vegetables and meat that's from Alberta. It's amazing. So it's okay, that I can support. And if I have to pay a few dollars extra for a well-treated chicken, then absolutely. And when I eat it, I'm going to be so thankful and grateful for the food that I'm consuming, that it's a whole other way of living for me. And it fills my heart, actually, when I think about it. So.
It's having that level of knowingness where, that how you are creating that system that we can create to live healthier and to change the way humanity's thinking. I think for me that in Earthling, what got me was the kosher meats.
Oh yeah.
I thought that kosher meant, you know, it was really sacred,
Ritual.
and you know, they honored animals, you know, when they were slaughtering them or something. But it is actually the worst, inhumane slaughtering I've ever seen in my life. I just had no idea. It was truly awful. So. But we need to see this. We need to wake up to it, and so we both recommend that you Earthling is on DVD now. So and also you can go to the website isawEarthling.com.
I think it's Earthlings with an S.
Oh, yeah, I Saw Earthlings.
Yeah,
that's right. isawEarthlings.com, and you can just see a clip of it on that website as well. But we highly recommend that you support documentaries like this. They make a difference in your life, and as Kelsey just mentioned, even about farmers markets. Farmers markets are really taking off right now, especially with all the Monsanto corporation out there, you know, and genetically modified foods. We definitely do not need genetically modified foods in our life whatsoever. So more and more people are waking up to that fact, and they are creating farmers markets more and more, and that's where a lot of people are going to get sustainable foods that are really, you know, created for
soil.
Yes, definitely.
Two things with Monsanto that really stuck out for me. One was obviously they're producing seedless fruits and vegetables. Seedless, meaning, sorry, you can't produce on your own again. We control that.
Yes.
So that was one huge thing for me. It's like, that doesn't even make sense to even think of that, but actually people have done that. And the second thing is an instance where potatoes are being grown with pesticides already inside them. So they're being developed with pesticides already inside them, so that it doesn't go against regulation of pesticides. But it's already got pesticides in it, like that. So what is that doing to our bodies when we're eating that? Like, oh yeah. So that was just so amazing that okay, people are thinking like that.
I think we can actually do a whole show on genetically modified foods.
Yeah.
Our next show is going to be because we need to share this information with you. You need to know this, what's going on in the world, and so yeah.
And in the meantime, I want you to challenge yourself. Buy yourself an organic tomato and a non-organic tomato, or an organic strawberry and a non-organic strawberry, and just do a taste test. And please tell me whether you know
you will experience.
It's like nothing. Oh my gosh, flavor.
Yeah.
It's very.
Oh my god, actually eating a strawberry.
Yeah, it's like juicy and like dripping.
Like a strawberry.
Yeah. So there's a taste test for you to really get the impact of what are pesticides, what is our non-nutrient soil is actually doing to the quality of our fruit. This is our sustainable future. Like this, we need this stuff for our kids and our grandkids. So, you know, it's not quite going in the direction we need.
And when you walk into any grocery store and all the fruit looks perfect and the same size, you know it's genetically modified fruit.
Yeah, it's amazing how every apple looks identical.
Yes. Exactly.
You look at the organic section, especially in Safeway.
Yeah.
It's like, what's wrong with the banana? It's like, actually, that's a good banana.
That's a real banana.
Yeah. So.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for watching our show again. We highly recommend you watch the documentary Earthlings. And yes, until next week, namaste.